What's up, everybody? It's Brandon with Box Office Banner Cult Flick Symposium, and I'm here to talk to you about the movie Bottoms. Now, this movie wasn't bottom of the barrel to me because I had not actually watched the trailer, but I did read the synopsis. It sounded cool enough, and movies like this that feel, a little under the radar but are highly rated. I kind of like to go in blind, like see what the fuss is all about, like just on the fly. And I kind of did that with this movie. It sounded interesting enough. Went in, which made certain surprises for me really peak. A la Marshawn Lynch is in this movie. Had no idea. And being a big football fan, obviously I happen to be wearing this fucking hat. Never played for the Panthers, and we even had some duels with them. Used to be some good grinded out games between the Seahawks and Panthers when he was there. And it was just cool to see him in the movie. I was like, oh shit. I was like, Marshawn Lynch is the teacher? You've got to be fucking kidding me. What a like, that's just dope. It's just dope. If you know Marshawn Lynch, that is awesome. That is amazing. And honestly, going in blind made it that much more special. But I'm talking about it here because it's obviously sprinkled throughout the whole trailer. But if you've not heard about this movie, go fucking check it out. This movie, to me, is going to be a future cult classic. It was sad because I was in this theater and I was the only one in there. I have no idea how this movie's doing, but it was just, I was looking around. I'm like, fuck all y'all right now. Now, initially, going into this movie, I didn't know how it was going to play out, guys. Because if you know me, I've supported a bunch of movies on this fucking channel that back, certain things that like certain people would be like, oh my God, are you kidding me? How could you back that woke bullshit? A lot of that shit is so over the top. It's like, oh, it has a gay person as the lead. Then it's woke as fuck. Like, no, maybe the story just centers around a gay man. Okay. Or it's like, they'll feel like, oh, that's a part of, the black agenda, keeping whitey down. You've heard these like crazy fucking people. But I will say, as over the top as they are, there is a fucking middle ground. There's certain movies I watch and where I'm like, okay, I agree with the message. I'm not even saying I disagree with it, but it's overtaking the movie. I was worried that this movie might have that. Anytime I see a movie, it's like, okay, two lesbians doing a fight club. It's like I can just see the Hollywood checklist already. I'm like, they're gonna be the leads, and like it's like, let's just steal from other movies. Maybe it's not gonna work. I was really nervous about that coming in, but I knew if they left that shit at the door, it could be a very fun coming of age story. And I'm proud to say that I think they did. It is literally doesn't feel fucking forced, feels authentic. They poke fun at everybody. Yes, including the lesbians. Crazy motherfuckers that are gonna fucking bitch about this movie. Yeah, it was so fucking fun. Everything about this movie is fun. I had such a damn blast. I don't even know how much I should give away because it's honestly best going blind. All the characters were tons of fun. It was so fun in the most ridiculous ways, but yet the ridiculousness never took you out of the movie. Watching the two leads just being their awkward selves. One of them, a little more in particular, you'll see that when the movie, just from the jump when it begins, watching them come up with this crazy, not even elaborate, but just plan to get in a fight club to basically get some vagina. That's if you don't know about this movie, that's basically the plot, and it happens organically in the weirdest ways possible. And as it continues and spirals out of control, it happens also organically in the weirdest ways possible to where you're like, this makes almost no fucking sense, yet somehow it feels grounded in reality. Now, this movie is a comedy, very fucking funny, definitely has its moments, definitely has its like random like set pieces where you're just like almost like set pieces where you're just like that was cool, well placed comedy, physical, almost like comedy. But there's also some great one liners in here that are just put on by all these great characters. I really care about damn near every girl in this fucking fight club, especially like the main three. You got your main two, but then you have this other girl. You have to excuse me, I'm forgetting names from the movie that she's like the one on the outside looking in. She's helping start this fight club. She might be my favorite character. She has got some really golden moments. Then you got the dumb jocks on the football team, which it's like women versus football players. It's hard to explain. You've got to see this movie. It's ridiculous. but the dumb jocks are played in such a funny way. I'm such a fan of dumb comedy, but like smart dumb comedy, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I ran into a wall. There's a difference. Like, that's stupid. Like, anybody can come up with that. When you can get a motherfucker that has like charisma, or motherfuckers, as in the football team that has charisma and plays just the stereotypical dumb jock very well in a way that you're just like, I've actually seen that before. And that's not that much of a stretch. And this is hilarious. Then it can be a lot of fun. And they really nailed that down to make them, the formidable foes of the movie. And the ending, the climactic scene, the way they fucking play that out, it's so much fun. I think everybody from every background can just eat this one up. And I love it when they can do movies like this where they really shine light on something as simple as that should be accepted in today's day and age, like, gay people in general, or in this, particular movie, lesbians, or just whoever. And they can take those characters and not shove them down our throats, but make them the lead, make them important, because obviously they're the lead stars, but it doesn't feel like there's an agenda behind it. They can poke fun at the leads. It's like, oh my God, like, we can't even, are you kidding me? You wouldn't make jokes? Like, you're going to make jokes about that? But they're gay. Like, no, dude, gay people need to fit in. They need to have jokes on them, not in a malicious way where we're tearing them down and making them feel horrible, but making them feel like, hey, dude, you're part of the crew. We're all going to make fun of each other because that's how a lot of people communicate. That's a lot of people's love language. And they poke fun at all these different backgrounds. And they do it in such a fun, inclusive kind of way to where it also doesn't feel like they got a foot down on your throat. They're like, accept this. This is how it's done, people. This is an amazing movie. Very well done. And for me, I have to really harp on this type of shit because, like I said, even though I'm not like crazy off to the side, just like, oh, there's a gay lead in this movie, I'm not ridiculous with it. I also have seen way too many movies lately as a movie fan that really has an agenda to push, and you can feel it and it takes you out of the movie when you can have just a normal movie like this and it feels legitimate in all its intentions as a movie also, while conveying that and making you love characters like this. That is how it's done. Take notes, motherfuckers. Bottoms is a movie to watch immediately if you haven't. This is one of my new favorites of the year. I had a ton of fucking fun with this movie. Check it out. Love you. Peace.